guys, we are on our Lost Coast road trip day 1. My goal is to have like a full vlog for every day, so it'll be a series that goes a couple times a week for a while, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's gonna work out. So we are starting here in San Francisco. We are currently driving through the park, the Golden Gate Park. There's no landmarks on this road, so it's just looking like trees. But we're currently driving through the park. We are headed to get some lunch on Clement Street. So San Francisco tip, if you are coming to San Francisco and you want to like have some authentic Chinese dim sum or something, don't go to Chinatown unless you just want crazy packed crowds. And it's like a little, if you're claustrophobic, it's not fun. And you're probably gonna get hit by a car. But go to Clement Street. It's on the other side of the city. It's where the most of the Chinese people actually just live. So I think it's a little bit less touristy, a little bit more authentic, would you say?
Definitely, in the Richmond district near Clement and 9th Street, or 9th Avenue, sorry. Clement and 9th Avenue.
Yeah, so we are headed there to get some dim sum. I don't know if we're gonna eat it now. I'm a little bit hungry, but it's not lunchtime yet. So we might just pick it up for later. So we have got me, we have got Matt, and we've got Scout, and this is our road trip gang. So we are getting dim sum. We're gonna cross the Golden Gate Bridge. We're gonna pick up the camper trailer RV that we are renting. I'll show it to you guys. And then we are headed on the rest of our trip. So that's where we're starting. I was gonna say something else, but that might have been it. I'll talk to you later.
Take me for a runaway. I guess I'm a little torn. My life is on the highway, my song's on the radio. I cannot deny I love being wild, and when the lights out I'm moving on. I cannot deny I aim for the sky, so when they are gone then we are out. We're talking about a good time, we're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. We go around the world for a show.
We've made it to Point Reyes, and we're gonna go to the visitor center. Oh, we need to grab our passport. We have a passport. We're gonna get stamped. A bee just hit me in the hand and kept flying, but he didn't sting me. That's fine. I think we might take a little walk. We're gonna figure out what Scout can and can't do around here. She's in the RV.
And it's a good time, we're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. No, we are never letting this go.
So Matt just took Scouty back to the car, and we are about to go on this trail called the Earthquake Trail, which doesn't allow dogs. We're on National Parks land, so a lot of things aren't big dog things. But she is really tired just from the sheer fact that she's been around doing stuff, picking up the RV, going for little walks, the fact that she hasn't been alone, because when Matt and I are around, she stays up, when otherwise she sleeps all day long, so she's fine, she needs the nap. So he's going to take her back to the RV, and then we are going to do this trail, which I'm pretty excited about. I've done it a couple times when I've come like with school trips and stuff, and it's called the Earthquake Trail because it's right along the San Andreas Fault, like literally right along it. Most things are within a few miles. Is this hair, dirt? I don't know. And this is actually like literally right on it. And it kind of follows some of the parts where in 1906, okay, so there's California and then there's Point Reyes, which is part of California, but it's on a different fault, or it's on a different tectonic plate, and the fault runs right along the edge of California. And most of that tectonic plate on the California coast is upside down, not upside down, sorry, underwater, except for the Point Reyes is above water, it's actual land. And so Point Reyes jumped 16 feet north of the rest of California in 1906 on the big earthquake that San Francisco had. So this is kind of talking about how, because we're at Point Reyes National Seashore, about how this piece of land jumped 16 feet ahead, and there's some stuff that kind of shows you exactly like what that means and what that looks like along the trail that I will show you. I'm pretty sure that I wasn't very eloquent in explaining all of that, but Matt's coming and I will show you and maybe I'll make sense. So we have made it to the earthquake part of the earthquake trail. Actually, this earthquake! No, so the trail basically had all these little plaques along the way which explained how, because of this is like a slip, what do you call it? Here, hold this. Thank you. Because it was like the two plates, slip and slide, whenever there's a big earthquake, there's cracks in the ground and then the dirt falls in. So there's a hill up this way behind us, or behind Matt in front of me. And then on the other side of this little river, which I showed earlier, there's another hill. And basically the river area is the fault line where the earth keeps cracking every time there's a big earthquake. And so this fence runs along here. This is a visual of something that happened during the 1906 earthquake, when that side, which is the Point Reyes, what fault is that? The
San Andreas?
No, I mean, what a plate is. There's the two tectonic plates. I don't remember. And of course, the plaque was back further. But anyways, that plate is the plate that the ocean is on, and it jumped forward 15 feet, 16 feet, and the plate that we're on, the one that California's on, stayed still. So here's this fence. And then this is not the actual fence, they've rebuilt it, but at the time there was like someone's actual fence on this land, and then it jumped. So it's in the shade. Let me see if I can find it. Basically it just jumped 15 feet to the north and then continued on. Okay, so I could totally see it. Can you guys even see that? Yeah. Okay, the light, it was just having a hard time. So this fence. So they're the same fence, and it's just continued on, but up 15 feet because the whole land jumped up. So that's what this fence is kind of explaining.
Yeah, we're cruising down the highway and everything feels so good. Our next stop is El Paso. We're soon down in Mexico. I cannot deny I love being wild, and when the lights out I'm moving on. I cannot deny I aim for the sky, so when they are gone then we are out. We're talking about a good time, we're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. We go around the world for a show, and it's a good time. We're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. No, we are never letting this go. Good time. Keep it time, keep the record playing. You only get one shot. Don't think that
Hey guys, so we are at our campsite, and I say hey guys a lot. The RV is all set up. I've repacked because the first packing job was basically throw everything in until it was all in, but it was a mess. So I cleaned it up. Matt set us up outside and it's looking good. So I thought I'd give you a little tour. Between the wind and the generator, I don't know how much you can hear me, but I hope it's enough. So I will just kind of give you a tour of this. Okay, what is it? Tell us what it is. What is this thing? Give us the specs.
The RV is a converted Mercedes Sprinter van, and it was converted by Coachman. And so what I like about it is that it's not wider than a regular van. It's only the width of a regular van. So we're doing the coast on Highway 1. So it's really nice to have a narrower vehicle for driving on windy roads. It has one king-size bed, and it has 3 captain's chairs, and it's got a full kitchen with an oven and a stove and a sink, and it's got a full bath with a toilet and a shower. It's pretty much perfect for 2 people and a dog, which is kind of what we are.
You also got sunburn on your forehead. Alright, so, that's the boy stuff. What it is. But I like it because it's, like you said, it's not too big. And I don't have to be too scared as I'm being whoa, did I zoom in? What is going on? Okay, sorry, got distracted. Alright, so I'm gonna give you guys a tour. So we rented through this website called Outdoorsy. So far they've been amazing. We loved the van. We've loved meeting the people today. We personally rented from the people who founded the website. And so not every single RV is covered in this skin. They just have theirs covered in the skin because they're marketing their company. But it's kind of like Airbnb for road trips for RVs. I'll tell you more about it later when it's not so noisy. So this sliding door opens and then you have the back. So and these two doors are just like your typical van doors. So if you come up through here, the front is, I love it because it's so open. It's a little irritating because Scout tries to get under Matt's feet, but for the most part, it's really great. It's nice and open. This seat spins, and I believe this one does too, not all the way around because why would you want it facing that? But you can put a table here. The table comes up from here, and 3 people can sit. So we have it set up. I spun this around just so it's more like a living room-ish space while we're parked. But when we're driving, I spin it around the other direction. So up front, there's tons of spots for your stuff, which is great, especially when you're road tripping. So far, I've just been throwing shoes and drinks and random stuff up there. We have this ice chest between us so that if we want a snack, I don't have to get up and go in the back if we don't want to or if it's too windy. There's this microwave, which is also a convection oven, and this little fridge. They kept calling it a full-size fridge, and I suppose it's not a mini fridge, but it's also not full-size. So we've got this freezer, which freezes ice, which is pretty cool, and a good-sized refrigerator. It has all the food that we need for the next week or so, 8 days. So you turn back here, it's got all this upper storage, this sink. She also called this a full-size sink. This is not as big as my sink, but it's also not too tiny, I guess. A little induction stovetop. Did I mention the microwave is also an oven? All the storage down here. And it's all kind of like custom designed to fit stuff quite nicely. This in the back can either be bench seats and another, you can put the table. It's not another table. You can pick if you want to put the table back here or in the front. We have it set up as a bed, and look at our view. It's amazing. I'm so excited about sleeping right here. I think it's going to be pretty darn awesome. And if you turn around, we have a television. I brought a couple DVDs. It has more storage. Oh, and there's also storage underneath here. So right now I just have all of our like clothes and stuff shoved in there. And then this little itty bitty shower stall slash bathroom, which is apparently one and the same. So basically you have to sit on the toilet and shower yourself. This spigot, faucet, whatever, goes up there, and now you kind of sort of have a shower. I feel like we're just going to be like hosing ourselves down. And I broke it. Okay, here we go. So this is our little home for the week, and we're really excited. We've been looking forward to this trip for so long, and now it is here. And it's going to be wonderful.
We're going round the world. We're talking about a good time. We're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life. We go around the world for a show. Oh, oh, oh. And it's a good time. We're chasing every moment, all the good nights. We're always looking out and it's a good life.
The end of our Lost Coast road trip, day 1. We are all cozied up. It's not that late. I think it's just before 9. The sun's down, but it's still light out. But we are just gonna call it an early night. It's been a long day, but it was really fun, and it was a great beginning to our trip. And we're just all cozied up. Scout's over here. She's passed out. She's done for the day. It's been the busiest day of her life. Matt's over there hanging out, relaxing. And we are gonna say goodnight.